Welcome back to Rook's Recipes. We are really excited tonight because we are going to make carne asada tacos. You may ask yourself, what does carne asada mean? It means grilled meat in Spanish. But there is a traditional way to make it in Mexico, and we've got that plus a couple of enhancements that we've learned from Sam the cooking guy. So carne asada tacos.
So earlier in the day we made our marinade. We started with some crushed garlic, about 3 cloves. Then we zested a lime. As you can see how that zesting progressed. We rolled the lime to release the juice, and we squeezed all the juice from the lime into the bowl. Next ingredient was about 1.5 tablespoons of cumin. We put in some brown sugar, a little bit of soy sauce, maybe 1 tablespoon, and then we got into the cilantro. That's at least a half a bunch of cilantro. We tore off most of the stems, and then we chopped up the leaves and the remaining stems. Not too worried about some stems being in there. And you can see how fast I can chop. So we add that to the bowl, and our next ingredient is oil. And of course we use avocado oil because it's neutral, doesn't add any flavor to it. And then we mix. Now I needed a little bit more liquid in there, and so I just added some more avocado oil and mix again. A little salt and pepper, and give it a final mix, and that marinade is ready. And by the way, it smells amazing. So here's our piece of sirloin flap steak, and first thing I noticed is that there's a lot of fat on the outside, so I started to trim away some of the fat, and you'll get a little bit of a flavor of how this works. It's pretty easy to learn to do. That piece right there is kind of a deep wedge of fat that I got off, and you want to be careful not to cut too deeply into the meat. As you pull it away, you'll be able to see where the meat and the fat join together and make a pretty precise cut. Okay, the meat is ready to go in the marinade, and I just put it in there and basically use my hands to smear it all over the meat, trying to be careful to make sure that all of the meat gets a coating of the marinade, which is not trivial to do because the meat is about 2 feet long and very thin, and but once I get that done, the meat is going to go into the refrigerator. At that time, it's about noon, and so we're going to get a good 5-hour marinade or so on the meat.
Five hours later,
We have a piece of meat that is a sirloin flap steak that's been marinating since about noon today, and we're going to grill that. It's limey, it's cilantro-y, it's peppery, it's got a little bit of soy sauce. It's tremendous. And so that's our meat. We're going to grill that. As a sirloin flap steak, that means it's thin and it's going to cook quickly, and we're going to slice it up against the grain. So the second thing, and this is kind of what really I think makes this really special, we've made this dish 3 times in the last 6 weeks for friends and at home, and so I wanted to do it on the show because it's so cool. So the second thing is, okay, the second thing that makes this really special is this avocado crema, C-R-E-M-A. only learned this word recently. It looks like crema. Some people pronounce it crema. But what's going to happen is that we're going to blend avocado into sour cream and yogurt and garlic and lime juice and cilantro. And actually, in addition to that, we're going to put in a little bit of this. This is hot sauce from Sam's. It's called Sam's Hot Sauce. It's from Grain and Grit. What's that called? A collective. So anyway, this is Sam the Cooking Guy's hot sauce. So we're going to put that in with the avocado crema. And then the last thing is a little salsa, like a little homemade salsa with onion, tomato, and cilantro. So that's what we're going to do. And we're so glad you're here. All right, so avocado crema. Here we go. The first ingredient is avocado. These are nicely ripe. You're going to be amazed. Here's how you do this. Sharp knife, you rock it all the way around like that. You're pressing on the nut down there in the pit, if you will. And then you just twist the knife a little bit and it comes apart. Check it out, okay? So now we just take a spoon. Oh, look at that. Good lighting. Good lighting. And we scoop that in there. Look at that. Tremendous. All right, now we want to get this nut out. So we go like this. Boink. Wiggle it. Wiggle it. Wiggle. Check it out. Okay, we want the avocado in there, but that's the pit. We don't want the pit. We don't want to cut ourselves either, okay? That's a big deal. All right, so now we have the second half of this avocado. I bought 2 avocados because I think avocados are, look at that, how it came out. I did get 2, but we really don't need them.
We could slice that one and put it on the tacos.
Oh, you're so smart. Avocado is, it has all the good fat. All the good fat. You can cut one of these in half and just spoon it into your mouth. It's very, very healthy. Renee got me some little dishes for my birthday. Yes, I've had a birthday since you saw me. I'm 30 years old.
So I'm gonna hold it?
Yeah, why not? Absolutely. Look at that. Nice. Now, in the crema, number 1, garlic.
No, that's number 2.
Is it?
This is
Oh, you're right. Avocado's number 1. Oh, you're keeping me honest. You're keeping me honest. What about Sherlock? How's he doing?
Yeah,
He's not interested?
not yet.
Not yet? When the meat starts to grill, he'll be interested? Everybody wants to know what Sherlock has to say. He's like the star of the show, really. All right, more garlic. Now, you could just blend this garlic in, but I'm going to give it a head start. We need the juice of an entire lime. So I have rolled this lime. You should always roll limes hard, as you know, with the palm of your hand to loosen up the juices before you juice them. So I've done that. All right, more of that. And juice of 1 lime. Okay, awesome. Now we need, a 1/3 of a cup of sour cream. About a 1/3 of a cup. Now, you can choose how you want to, use sour cream or yogurt. Yogurt is maybe healthier for you. You could use all yogurt. You could use all sour cream. It's completely up to you. So we use about half and half. Yogurt and sour cream. And of course this is Greek strained yogurt. This is fat, 5% fat yogurt. And but if you wanted to make this with like low fat yogurt or low fat sour cream, you could do that. So we're going to put in about the same amount, about a half a cup, maybe just a tiny bit more. Okay, we're not done yet because we need cilantro in there. Boom, boom, I'm not going to, mess with chopping this stuff up. I'm just going to put in a bunch with stems. These are the top ends, I guess you'd say. So there's going to be some stems in there and some leaves. And we're going to put that in there. So we got lime, cilantro. We need a little salt and pepper. I'll use my mix that you guys are familiar with. That's too much, so I'm going to throw a lot of that in the trash. See? Okay. And we mix.
Right, this is gonna go flying everywhere.
Oh, that's no. All right, now I have to. It is very full. We're gonna have leftover crema. It starts slow, but then it starts to cream up. And if you want it a little thinner, you put in some whole milk, and it'll thin up a bit. Me heavens to Murgatroyd. All right, we're gonna put a little bit of Sam the Cooking Guy's hot sauce in there. Not too much, just enough, so you know it's there. Some people think I'm a fanboy of Sam the Cooking Guy.
Yeah, I think you are.
Well, everyone is entitled to their opinion. You can see how thick this is. I'm going to throw just a tiny bit of milk in there to loosen it up a little bit.
Okay.
So there's a little homemade salsa that goes on top of the tacos, and it consists of onion, which we're going to cut up a little bit of onion, not too much, I'd say about that much, okay? And we're going to mix everything in that bowl. Probably speed through this. I have a very sharp knife because I sharpened it.
What do you think?
It says, call me when the meat's grilling.
Yeah,
So-
he's just enjoying the heater.
Yeah, well, he's very happy. Look at him, he's very content. He has a high level of contentedness. Okay. Now you could skip this step and you could just buy some salsa, but it's fun to make it all fresh. Okay, now we do these tomatoes. Now these tomatoes have been peeled and seeded because of my digestive problems. Nobody wants to hear about them, so I'm not going to say anything about them.
Thank you.
Yes. Watching out for my fingers. I recommend you do the same. You with me?
Yeah, we've heard it all before.
Yeah. Tons of cilantro, right? And then you just chop it up into tiny bits. Cilantro, in my opinion, is just fantastic. Okay? All right, so the recipe calls for a little bit, just a splash of oil. That's all, yeah. A little salt and pepper, which we have here. A little salt and pepper. I don't have any cumin, but I wouldn't mind having some cumin out here. I'm gonna add, because it's like everything has cilantro in it tonight. Everything also has lime in it tonight. Put that in there. And then we just stir that up. Look at that. So that'll go on top of our taco. And now it is time to think about cooking the meat, which is what Sherlock has been waiting for. That's very nice.
You know, if you're one of those people that thinks cilantro tastes like
Soap? You won't like it,
you're
right?
gonna hate all of this.
Mm-hmm. It's very strange to me, but some people do think cilantro tastes like soap.
That's genetic.
And don't nobody want to eat soap. Did you ever have your mother wash your mouth out with soap? I did. Some people, their mothers just threatened to do that. My mom actually did it.
Mine did too.
Bless her heart. Did she? Stuffed a bar of soap in your mouth?
On a toothbrush.
Oh, gag me. All right, so here we go. This is going to be fun. This is the meat. This is I said sirloin flap steak. I know I repeat myself. All right. Renee, I think you should come over here just to capture
That was coming.
Huh? You knew that was coming? Well, what are you waiting for? Okay, here we go.
That's a huge piece of meat for a heavy steak.
Woo, woo, woo. All right, we need to make a timer. I'm very pleased. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes. Again, it's a very thin steak, so we don't want it to cook too long. Turn it over. Woo! I got some smoke in my eyes. Like that. Whew. So the meat is finishing, and we've just put on the tortillas. They'll only take about 1 minute, maybe, per side. It's gonna be great. All right, so this is all coming up right on here. Okay, so now we're gonna slice it into, oh, careful. These pieces will be lovely. Look at that.
See what Sherlock thinks.
See that?
Yeah, he's apparently one of those people that thinks cilantro tastes like soap.
He doesn't want any. Come on, man.
He's taking a pass.
Look how pink this is, Renee. Look. Can you get that picture? That's pretty thin. That's a pretty thin part of the steak. So I think as we get into the deeper part, it'll be even. Now, where is the grain? Here's what I think. I think the grain's this way. So I'm gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna start cutting like this, because I think that's where the grain is. But it's hard to say. Let's do that. Okay, we're pulling together, and then we're gonna end our show. Thank you so much for joining us. First thing you do is the crema. Look at that. Look at that. Renee, get that. The crema. Ow, it's so hot. Some carne asada. And then a little bit of this homemade salsa, right?
Avocado.
And then a couple pieces of avocado with lime. By the way, these are bathed in lime. Oh dear. A little extra Sam sauce. Sam the cooking guy. Thank you for joining us. You must make this. This is so wonderful. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you. We love you. Please like, please subscribe, please click for notifications, and we'll see you again soon on Rook's Recipes.